Greetings, beloved students. Mr. Munir here with a Coder Z update. Now, as I've told you, there was a considerable amount of me that realized that the stuff I was giving you on Coder Z was too hard, and I didn't want you guys to get frustrated, especially because I'm not really there to help you. Um, Usually I'd be able to look over your shoulder, take a look at your code, and help you out. But because of this distance learning thing, I really need you guys to be able to do this mostly on your own, with just a little bit of explanation from me. And having you do stuff that was really higher level coding, I think is probably more frustrating for most of you than actually helpful. So we're switching gears. I'm going to continue providing videos for the same 102 lesson for those of you guys that are interested in that. I'll keep that going as well, and I'll put those in supplemental activities. But for the rest of us now, we're going to do something different. We're going to go to my courses, and we're going to go to the Coder Z Adventure. Okay, so you're in your learning center, the Coder Z Adventure. And we're not going to do Adventure Peak or Frozen Island because those are just too easy and that would just be silly, because we've learned more than that at this point. So we're going to go to the Lost City. So click on the Lost City, and then you'll see there are all these missions here. And your goal for the week is to work through this mission, and I'm going to tell you in a second exactly which you have to end off. But let's get started. So my course is the Coder Z Adventure Lost City. All right, so we go to mission 1, measure. All right, and I'm going to restart the mission so it starts the same way as it will start for you. And this time we're not giving you the distances to drive. You'll have to figure it out using Explore mode. This cool new tool allows you to measure any distance on the road. You've already used this, so you already know the deal. You're going to measure distances with this distance tool. Cool. All right, I'm going to bring myself over here so you can see everything. All right, so this is the same basic idea. You might notice it's a different robot, but it's the same basic idea here, except in these activities, these adventures, it's less lifelike, so you're not going to see a lot of the same kind of errors where it's like momentum is different and you got drift and things like that. It's a whole lot easier than that. You can think of it almost like a perfect robot. Okay, so acceleration and stuff is not so much the case. Momentum, all that kind of stuff, all those real physical components are less pronounced in this. And also the movement and blocks and stuff looks a little bit different. So in this case, instead of like start motors at 100% power or 100% speed or whatever, left and right motors, you just have something way more simple. Drive forward, turn left, that kind of deal. All right. And in this case now, it's saying to us, well, if I just put drive forward and turn left, it wouldn't know how far I need to go. Okay, so the question is, how far do I need to go? And before I turn to the right, and then how far do I need to go to hit that target? So we got to measure the distance. So I start here, I use my distance tool that we've used before, and I realize I've got to go 5 meters. So I'm going to go to movement, drive, and I'm going to hit this button here, set distance. Okay, so I'm going to drive forward. I hit that button to hit set distance, and I'm going to say 5. Okay, and then after I drive forward, what do I have to do? Well, I've clearly got to turn right. Okay, so I go to movement. I bring this turn block here. I don't need to set angle or radius. I just need to turn right. Okay, so it's way easier. You're not setting 90 degrees or anything. After I turn right, what do I need to do then? I need to drive forward again. And I shouldn't need to set a distance because once it hits the target, it's going to be done. So let's go ahead and hit play and see what happens. So there you go. Drove forward, 5. Turned right, and then we're done. So you can see that these are way easier activities. And because they're so much easier, I'm not going to lead you through a whole bunch. I'm just going to let you go for it because it basically teaches you how to do this. And then it says, okay, you know how this works. There's a gap in the road and pressing the button will fill the gap. Okay, well, you don't know how this works, but if you had done previous activities, you would have seen that kind of thing. But here's the idea, right? If you go forward, you fill the gap. Nice, okay. After pressing the button, we need to wait for the gap filler to slide into place. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds, okay? Meet the wait block. We already know this one. It comes from the control flow menu and will tell the robot to wait for the specified time before it executes the next command. The wait block uses milliseconds, okay? That means you have to change the value from 1000 to something a bit higher. Try 2000. Okay, so it's waiting for me. I hit 2000. Okay, now the robot will take 2 seconds until the gap is filled. You have to figure out what it does after that yourself. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to hit this button. It's going to fill this gap. And then what do I need to do after I wait? Well, first off, I have to figure out the distance it needs to go, right? So it's going to need to go, whoops, hit the distance. It's going to need to go 2 meters. Then it's going to need to wait. So distance 2. It's going to need to wait 2000 milliseconds or 2 seconds. And then it's going to stop on this button, and then it needs to drive forward again, what, 5 meters. So movement, drive forward. And I don't even need to do distance, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Set distance, and 5 meters. I don't really need to do this because it's going to stop right on the target, but in case that target wasn't there, I'd need to set the distance. So let's see. If I hit play, let's see what happens. Okay, hit the button, waited, drives forward. There you go. Awesome. So that's the, you can see, much simpler, much simpler. Now here's the deal. This is basically where I'm going to leave you off because I think these are easy enough. If you find stuff along the way that you can't do because you don't understand, then shoot me a message in chat and I will take a look and I'll help you through. I'm just going to walk through these instructions with you just to make sure that we're in the right place. This is more of the same. Measure the distance and use the wait block for pauses so the buttons can work their magic and fill the gaps. Okay, so all right, in this case now, look, I've got to hit this button and get to this target. You can figure it out. It's not so tough, okay? So you can do this. So let's go back to the Learning Center. Okay, so the question now is, what is it that you have to do for this week? Well, as you saw, I did mission 1 and mission 2 in about 5 minutes. So you're going to go through all of these missions. You'll go up to mission 8, and if you'd like, mission 9, which is a puzzle, is extra credit. Okay, so you have to do all the missions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and mission 9 is extra credit. That should be fairly simple for you to do. You're going to have to use loops, and it's going to guide you through the process because, again, this is novice. This is meant for people that are just learning. So these are going to be a whole lot easier for you to accomplish. But again, instead of just having you guys do 1 on your own, you guys are now doing 6 on your own. But they're much easier, so it should be fine for you to do. And again, mission 9 is extra credit. With that being said, that's it for me for now. Until next time, enjoy robotics. No, seriously, enjoy robotics. It's fun.